Thank you all so much for joining us. And here in season 2, we are starting a brand new segment, a segment that we like to call the starting lineup. So here's how it's going to work. Every episode, we want to make sure that you are getting to know us better and hopefully getting to know yourself a little bit better as well. And so we are going to pick a person at random here on our team who is going to pick a question at random that we have from a whole bucket list of questions to get to know yourself, get to know each other a little bit better, and so that we can get real, get connected, and get into the game. So Drew, over to you for the inaugural starting lineup.
All right, drum roll, please. Selected. Our inaugural starting lineup question is, gentlemen, how old were you when you started working, and what was your first job? Two-parter question. Going over to Shabu to kick it off.
Okay, so I have actually 2 answers for this. So if it counts, my very, very, very first job was with Will and another friend of ours who started a lawn mowing business that, lasted a couple weeks in the summer. And also, no shade to Will. He ended up going on vacation to go to the Olympics in '96. So shout out to you, Will. But our business could have been the first job, but really it was a job. I worked for a masonry company as a mason's tender. I worked for 3 days. I quit it because it was a terrible job, and I was like 14 years old.
Nice.
Keep it classy.
Let's pass the ball over to Lamar.
I was 14 when I first started working, and I was a janitor at a elementary school in the summer for the entire summer. And did a bunch of stuff for $5.15 an hour, and actually ended up buying my car with the money I made from that job 2 years later.
Wait, what was the car?
It was a 1990 Pontiac Grand Am.
There we go. There we go.
2-door, Bellevue, Nebraska, stand up.
2-door come at you, season 2. Will, you're up.
Well, I'm so glad Shabu went first because he probably changed my answer quite a bit. But I remember that probably was the first time I got paid for doing something that wasn't like chores around the house. And as Shabu noted, it didn't last very long. My original answer was going to be the first time I ever got paid for doing something was I was an umpire when I was 12 or 13, and I got paid like $15 a game. I hated it because parents are ruthless even when the umpire is a kid. And my first paycheck though was YMCA camp, summer camp maintenance guy. I was 15, and I convinced the camp director that at 15 years old, you can drive a car on private property in the state of New Hampshire. And so I learned how to drive a Ford pickup all around. And I got stuck in the mud way out in the woods once working on a weekend, and they didn't know where I was for 2.5 hours. It was a good time, though. Good summer, and it led to a long and fruitful career as a YMCA camp counselor for a good, 5-6 years, something like that. So, yeah, it's those are good ones. I'm proud of both of those jobs. All three of them, actually.
Will is a legend at Camp Lincoln in Kingston, New Hampshire. Like, they've got his number retired.
I believe that. You mentioned it.
And for all our listeners, if you want to hear another camp story, go back to season 1, and you'll hear Will's shining moment with walkie-talkies.
Yep, leadership and bikes.
Yeah, that's what it's called. So my first job was at a place called Liberty Drug. It was a small-owned business, private pharmaceutical or drugstore. But in addition to like being a cashier and placing all the different pharmaceuticals and RXs for everyone, they bumped me up to run the soda shop, which meant I got to learn how to make ice cream sodas, banana splits, like you name it. Awesome job in the summer when I think I was 16, because it also meant I got to get tips, and it also meant I got to feed myself ice cream.
Nice.
Did you gain any ice cream weight, Drew?
I think I gained as many years old as it was that summer.
Okay. I like how you did that. Very precise number too, 16. You gained 16 pounds. Drew, thank you for the inaugural starting lineup question. We will be doing this every week. Hopefully it gave y'all some space to reflect on what your first job was and what that meant to you, right? Because obviously our